What if Deku was Dr. Eggman? Sting's backstory. Eggman is currently in his Island lab. This is several years before the current events of the What If Deku was Eggman story. As he's currently typing on a computer, they want me to develop what now? As Orbot comes in, they want you to develop a arm that can use quarks for people that have lost limbs. I was the developer and the one that created the robotic arm. Now they want me to do what? Tell them I will continue my research on my tasks. I am not taking another task they throw my way. I am currently dealing with all these projects as is. They are giving me other scientists' work in fields I'm not experienced with just because they don't have the time. So tell them to give it to somebody else. I'm already overloaded as is. Also, sir, what is it? I am overloaded with work as is right now because people don't have any respect for how much I get done here. And I've only been at Island for a year, and I've gotten little to none respect at all. My machines have gotten more respect, I'll give them that. But my work has not. I know you're in a bad mood, but this may make it even worse. What could possibly get me in a more frustrating mood? As he turns around from his chair. Go on, tell me, Orbot. As he lifts his glasses. Half of your supplies is missing again. Step out of the room. But sir, I said step out of the room. Yes, sir. As Orbot leaves the room, as all is heard is a crash, before a kick is heard. As Orbot comes back in, as a chair gets thrown right next to his head. Ah! That is the third supplies that half of my supply has been stolen. Do you know who's doing it? Yes, sir. We tracked it down to one of the few scientists on the island. They've been taking your equipment. I'm glad you added those trackers into the last batch. I've had enough. I'm going to need someone skilled to help with certain situations like these. As he walks to the computer with his hands behind his back. Computer! As the computer puts some words on the screen. Yes, Eggman? Search the database for a prisoner or a skilled military officer in prison. Someone of that nature. As the computer is scrolling through the database, why would you be looking through that, sir? I am tired of having my stuff stolen by other scientists thinking they can get away with it. David Shield has all this respect. No one tries or dares to take his equipment. Yet they take mine without a second thought. He's quarkless, but yet he gets way more respect than I do. It could be because of the field he's in, sir. As Deku turns around. What? He's in the study of quark analysis, as well as several other devices that can help quark people. That's why he's getting all the praise? Because of the stupid quarks. Forget about it. As in, ding! Ooh, it looks like we have someone. Pull up his file. As a file of someone. Ooh. The Desert Scorpion. Ex-military. Arrested on the accounts of stealing information and the murder of the general of the American government. Also planned to take over the government by the looks of it. These are obviously false charges. How can you be so sure, boss? Take a look. As Orbot, you're right. These documents have been tampered with. It's obvious by a person with common sense. Some of these things don't match up from other data it's showing on the screen. For instance, the time of all these crimes were set up, he wasn't even in the country. Or at least for most of them. Schedule a meeting with this Scorpion. Would that be wise, sir? You're willing to leave Island for a couple of days? What? Won't that your stuff be stolen? Did you move all the supplies to the hidden area, as instructed? Yes, sir. Good. I built you and Qbot at the age of 16. You better not disappoint. You've been a great help in organizing things. Get to work. If I find even a single wrench stolen from my lab, there is going to be severe, drastic measures. I don't care. Upgrade the security system if you must. This lab is going on lockdown while I'm away. As Eggman storms off. As he is walking around Island. Great. More nuisances. As he walks by a few scientists, which are currently just talking. Hey, look, that's the quirkless, engineer scientist that just builds machines. All the work is obviously in quark development, research. I'm surprised he even made it onto Island. As Deku has a vein that's about to pop. Especially, I heard he only got in because of that robotic limb he invented. I will admit, gotta give him some credit, it's at least sturdy. But guarantee, someone with a strength-enhancing quark can easily break it. As he stops, as he takes a deep breath. Those idiots, I made sure to make it durable enough that wouldn't happen. I'm not a low-level scientist like you three. As he just leaves, the door shuts behind him. As he's in the hallway, as he looks around for security cameras, as he sees one, as he just acts like he's looking at his watch, as the security camera then just sees nothing. As then he just hits the wall. You gotta be kidding me. No respect. That should change over the years I work here. But if they ever, and I mean ever, try to kick me off Island, or even eliminate me, will not be so nice to the government or anyone else ever again. As he messes with his mustache. As we go to a prison, as someone is just sitting in a meeting room. Why am I here? Shut it, criminal. Person that wants to meet you. So you're here, so just be quiet. About a few minutes later, the door opens, as Eggman walks in. Sir, if you could leave us be. Sorry, but I'm the guard. As he just pulls out a stack of cash. I suggest you leave. This is personal information. As the guard takes the cash before leaving. As Deku sits down across from him. Well, it's nice to meet you. Scorpion of the Desert, top operative of the government of America. As Sting raises an eyebrow. Who are you? And how do you know that? Oh, as he just messes with his mustache. Well, you see, I am an ally. And I need your assistance. I'm not coming back to working with the government. No, I don't work for them. Then why are you here? I am currently in need of assistance of someone with your specialties. And I can get you out of here by tomorrow if you comply. Out of this max security prison? I doubt it. As Deku smiles. Really? You'll get yourself arrested talking like that to me. You realize that, right? No, you won't. take a look at the security cameras. As Sting looks at the security cameras, noticing they're down. How did you? Shh, shh, shh. A magician never reveals his secrets. I can offer you a better life. One promising no betrayal, like your colleagues did to you. Let's see, the incident in the Egyptian desert. A high secret mission by your government? To eliminate a terrorist leader. Your team purposely left you there to die. You came back, completed the mission, and then just suddenly, a month later, you get framed for working with the same Egyptian leader. That is a kind of bit, iffy, if you say to me. In your file's nothing full of lies. A sane person, a brilliant person, would notice that right off the bat. But it looks like your best that the government had to offer was not bright enough. So, how are you exactly planning to get me out of here? That you'll wait and see, but I promise, by tomorrow night, you'll be out of here if you agree. You realize I'm a special ops unit, right? Yes. Precisely why I need your skills. As Deku smiles. What do you have in mind? As Deku smiles as he leans back in his chair. I need you to eliminate people for me. That, and I promise the pay will be excellent. You'll have a free place to stay to hide from your government, and from any other government or terrorist organization that might want to eliminate you, and a new identity has already been set up for you. How can I know I can trust you? Fine, you want more details. If I don't get you out by tomorrow, here is the file and the plan to get you out of prison. It won't tell you how you get out, though. As he passes over some papers. Don't worry, the guards won't bother to ask. I already paid them off. And they won't be around for much longer anyway. How many people know you're here? Just the guard, outside. As Sting looks outside the door. Oh, don't worry. You're thinking of killing him, aren't you? How did you know that? Simple. I'm not an evil genius for nothing. He won't be here by tomorrow. I can promise you that much. You'll just be let go. Anyway, as Deku gets up, I unfortunately have to leave. One of my assistants will pick you up as soon as you're released tomorrow night. I want more information before you go. Yes? Am I allowed to kill the people that framed me? Do as you please. As soon as you do my task, you're free to do anything else until I call on your services once more. After all, I'm a kind person. Or I believe so anyway. So just think on my offer. You have until tomorrow afternoon to make your decision. Then press the button under that stack of papers. It will inform me right away. Well, I've got places to be, people to meet, as well as some annoying scientists I need gone. As he leaves the room, as Sting is there thinking, a way out. How did he know about my background? And how did he know about the Egyptian terrorist incident? It's better than nothing. As the guard comes in, come on, back to your cell. As he had pressed the button under the stack of papers. As he had gone back to his cell. And pressed the button, as Eggman is currently, walking away. As he looks at the stack of papers that he has in his hand. That has reports about staying in the prison. As I notice his watch is beeping. Already made your decision. Very well. As then he just leaves the prison. Cubot, as Cubot comes out of the vehicle that Eggman entered, I need you to wait here until nightfall. Then I'll need you to bring a new person back to the lab on Island for me. Can you do that? Of course, sir. I'll wait right here. Good. As Eggman gets in the car, and simply just presses a button, your release date has been changed to tonight. Be grateful, Sting. I moved up your release date. As he puts his goggles on. Back to base. As then the vehicle suddenly turns into a plane before flying off. As Sting is sitting in his cell when suddenly a new guard comes. Sir, it seems your release date has been for today. As this surprises Sting as he was told tomorrow. As he gets up and follows the guard. As he just gives him all of his stuff back. As he just walks on the bridge. That's odd. I thought it was said tomorrow. As then he looks down off the bridge. As he had heard something. As he sees a body flowing through the river. As he knows that's the same guard that was in the room with him during the meeting he had with Eggman. As Sting smiles. Well, I guess working for this guy won't be so bad. As he walks out the gates, as Cubot is waiting for him. Oh, are you the associate I'm supposed to meet? Oh, why yes, I am Cubot. I'm here to get you. So how are we going to get to where? We'll be heading straight to Island. As his eyes widen. You mean the top scientist facility for world-renowned scientists? Yes. As they get in the car, as they leave. Now we go back to Eggman Deku, as he's currently in his lab. As he's currently moving papers and all that around. Good, nothing was stolen. As then he's looking around as then he knows something. Trying to get me kicked off. He says that in his mind. As he simply just types in the computer. There. Hopefully you enjoy my little gift. As he leaves. And calls it a night. As then someone just comes into his lab before grabbing like a USB that he had hid in one Eggman's computers. As Deku is just outside the door as he smiles. Enjoy the virus. As he walks back in his room. Man. Computer, how long until that virus wipes everything off that scientist's laptop? As soon as it's introduced to the laptop, it would virate the entire system in a moment of minutes. Good. I want that scientist to know he's going to pay for trying to steal my ideas. After all, those ideas got me into Island. I don't need them stolen. What shall I do about his entire system? You don't have access to the entire Island security system. Then they wouldn't trust me at all, having something I developed in their own security system. Yet they have David Shield work on it instead. All this banter saying David Shield's the best. They're idiots. All of them. Just because he's a genius, I do give him respect where respect is due. He's quarkless like me. But it's all because he has in a different field. They just gotta push my work to the side. I've only been here for about a year and I've not had that many projects. Give it time. Just give it time. They'll come around eventually. They have to. Or I hope so. I don't want to have to pack up my machines and all my equipment and leave. But I'll give it a few more years. Maybe they can turn their minds around. As then, Orbot comes in. Sir? What is it, Orbot? Our guest has arrived. Send him in. As Sting would enter the room. So, you're here, Eggman. Yes, welcome to my lab. Don't worry, the security cameras all the way up to here had been disabled, thanks to me. How was your trip? Uh, your, robot wanted to talk about his vacation. Oh, Qbot. Let me guess. The camping trip I went on with Orbot. And Qbot. Let me guess. The bear chasing us down the lake. The fishing trip where the boat turned over. Or all of us swimming through a river just to escape a bear. Which one did he tell you about? All three. Ugh. I still don't know how he keeps record of those. I told him to delete it. Well, that was interesting information, I'll give you that. But how exactly did you get me out? Well, I guess I do owe you an explanation. But not here. Just in case anyone's listening. Follow me. You're not confident in your own lab? Oh, I'm confident that no one's watching or listening to us in that lab. I made sure of that hours ago. But we're heading to a more secure lab, just in case that not even the top scientists of Island know. As they go down to an underground lab. Welcome to my hidden lab in Island. Wow, this place is actually quite big. Yes, Island is surprisingly made of multiple layers of machinery over the years, making it for underground areas to be quite common, but abandoned. Perfect place for a hideout or even a secret lab. You mind explain how you found out all that information and how you got me out? Simply, I hacked into the US government's national security system. Really, it was actually quite easy work. Change your release date by, well, your life sentence to tomorrow, or well, today, as you are out. But I also may have hacked into the global system and wiped your records clean. You went in and hacked the global system? Of course, it was actually child's play. I honestly say, Island has way superior tech than even the governments have around the world. Honestly, a shame that the whole security system didn't even put up much of a fight. It was simple child's play, actually. I kinda wish it was a bit harder. But whatever. Just amateurs at work. But now I want you to do something for me. As Sting looks up, I do owe you a debt of gratitude. Do you have a place where I can live for the time being? Yes, I have a vessel that will be leaving Island in a matter of a week. There you can go to one of my remote labs. You can modify it to whatever you seem up to you. And also, you can set it to any of the destinations you please. It will verify me which lab you go to, though. Just know that. Alright. But why do you bring me down here for? Because I doubt you just want to bring me down here because of information like that. You're smart and cunning. You've probably been trying to think what my next move is, aren't you? Who am I going to ask for you to eliminate for me? Honestly, I like your mindset. You've been analyzing the room and weapons, possibly weapons, to even eliminate me if I was a threat. As Sting is shocked. Oh, don't worry, I've done my research on people like you, as well as everyone else with those quarks. I have a quark, but yet you talk with me, not with malice, but with respect. As Deku turns around, that's because you've shown results. Your results are fleeting and amazing. I've read your file as many times as 3. And your work had impressed me. You had the skills I need. I don't care what your quirk is, or even if you're quirkless, you can work for me any day. As long as you are shown with respect, and no messing around with your colleagues. What do you mean by that? No belittling them. That includes all of our colleagues that you will meet in the future. Very well. I have respect for everyone that will serve such a brilliant mind as yourself. After all, Sting smiles. There's no way you could have gotten me out of that prison if it was anyone else. As Eggman smiles, yes, exactly what I'd like to hear. And I already prepared you a gift. As suddenly, a wall would turn, revealing a suit. This is your new suit. No one will recognize you while in it. It is also resistant enough to take, well, nearly everything head on. I do not recommend certain quirks such as decay, destructive, explosive, as well as deatomizing, such quirks, for personal and reasons that the armor will not withstand. Although I will do modifications to it every now and then to improve its abilities. But those quirks are still a hindrance. Very well. Who's my first target? Targets, actually. There's a group of scientists that think they're better than me. That's not the only reason you want me to kill them, right? That's just a stupid reason. No. That's not the reason I want you to kill them. The reason I want you to kill them and make it look like an accident is because they've been stealing from me. And no one, and I mean no one, as Deku gets closer to Sting, steals from me. I'm the great Dr. Eggman. People will know that name in the future. I go by Dr. Robotnik here in the island. No one knows the Eggman persona. Except my faithful allies like you and the Pronghorn sisters. Oh, and I can't forget Jack. What about any others? Oh, you mean more allies that I have. Those two are the main two you'll be talking to for the time being. You will head to Japan for an assignment at a later date. Head to Jack and tell him I gave you a certain file. Give it to him, and you'll know the rest. Alright. Can you leave the room? I kind of want to put this armor on. Oh, sure thing. As Eggman leaves the room. As Sting goes over to admire the armor. As he looks at it. Similar to my own design. Although their variations are different. Did he get a hold of my old? As then he noticed that a computer's on. As he goes to it, he did. As it shows a design of a suit of armor that he had recommended to the government for him to use in the field, but was deemed too lethal, so they scrapped it. They never even gave him the design back. They held on to it. As Sting smiles, this doctor should be an interesting person to, well, be acquainted with. As he puts on the armor, now this is better. As then he would swing, sending the table that was next to him flying to a wall. My bad. Strength enhanced as well. What else can this thing do? As he points his arm over as like several daggers release from the wrist. What? Daggers. As he swings his tail and stabs his tail. The venom in this thing is lethal as well. As he checks it. This is high-grade venom. Not anyone can get this stuff. One dose or drop would kill most people. How much time did he work in to prepare this? Plenty of time. As he quickly turns around. What, you didn't think I'd be just outside the room? I was listening to what you were talking about, or at least a quarter of it. I had to make the walls super thick. Anyway, it was to make sure no one could listen in. Also to stop thermal vision, night vision, anything that could possibly sense I'm down here. Echolocation. I take precautions in my work. Alright. So, should I get to it then? Of course. Take the elevator up, it will lead you straight up. Don't worry about any security cameras. I've already disabled all of them on Island and they're playing old footage. You won't have a problem. Eliminate them. Maybe go with an explosive exit. Just an opinion. Thank you, Eggman. I'll get right to it. As he leaves, as Deku smiles. Sometimes I miss my old work. As he goes to a chair and sits on it. As we go to Sting, who had just entered a lab. As he noticed a scientist just working. Yeah. Alright, with this I can make a breakthrough onto the next vial, and then I'll surely get this article on the news about my achievements. Sorry, but you're not going anywhere. As the scientist turns around, as soon as his neck was sliced open, as the man falls over. One down, as then another scientist would enter the room as he would drop the vials that would shatter. As he had launched a spike from, a claw off his armor, piercing through the scientist's head that entered the room. Can't be quiet, can you? As then he would just hide behind the door as waiting for another scientist. As he had dragged the body away, and using some hologram balls that he had just rolled around the room, covered up all the blood and where the broken glass would be. As another scientist came in with some dangerous chemicals. Hey, Frank. Where did he go? He said he was almost on a breakthrough with that vial. That would have made us top hits on the news. Must have taken an early break. You want something done, you get done yourself. I agree. As he quickly turns around, as then his stinger goes straight through the man's gut. As then veins start to turn like purplish before his body goes limp. Man, that poison's more lethal than I thought. What type of poison is it? And then an AI is heard. The poison comes from a lethal dart frog. Its poison is one of the most poisonous around the world. A dart frog, you say? Yes. First it goes into the skin. Then it saturates in the blood vessels, slowly turning the blood vessels into poison. That's scary work. Although the dart frog was modified by Dr. Eggman, so the poison is even more lethal than it usually is. Modified, you say? Yes, modified. As he smiles, as he just tosses some of the work onto the floor, as then he just lights it with a match, as he walks out of the room. As he walked down the hallway, a huge explosion was heard in the distance. Mission acquired. As he had just, succeeded on his mission. As he walks out. As he goes back to Deku's lab in his armor. It seems you did a well job. I caught all of it on my own security cam. Don't worry, the file and all the information will be deleted. What about their breakthrough? On whatever they were working on. Oh, you mean this? A sensorized regeneration vial. Supposed to, speed up the regeneration process of, quarked people. Don't worry. I won't be distributing this to anyone. In fact, he tosses the vial over to Sting. Hold on to it for me. I'll come and grab it one day. As he puts it in a pocket of the armor. Sure thing, Eggman. Where should I go? Where do you feel most at home? I guess I can just head off to Australia. I got a few, things to tie up there anyway. Very well, a vessel will be ready for your departure in a mere moment. How did you get access to the entire Island system? Oh, they don't. No, I have access to it. I secretly have access to the entire Island security system, not the entire system. So security cameras, detection stuff, I can easily put offline. I don't try to steal any information using the network. I run on an entirely separate network as they do, as you can see. Well, anyway. Enjoy your trip to Australia, Sting. I will. Oh, and one more thing. As Eggman looks over at Sting, what is it? Let me know about your other allies. Send me a message. I might want to talk to a few of them. Sure thing. As Sting would leave Island, as Eggman would watch through a security camera as he's leaving on a boat, as Orbot would be right next to him. You think that was a wise idea, sir? Letting a ex-military person just leave? With your suit you've been working on for about a month? It's fine. After all, I guarantee he'll help us in the time I call for him. He's smart. He's no idiot. He's skilled, which makes him more of a ally than you think. But what if he tries to betray us? You said the same thing about Jack when he was little. But sir, Jack is only a few years younger than you are. That may be true, but I help him start the underground business. And I doubt he'd betray me because it won't be in his interest. Very well, sir. Now get back to work. We need to work on that project before the deadline. Yes, sir. As that is the end of What If Deku was Dr. Eggman, Sting's Past. Remember to like and subscribe for more.